Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of WWX. That is Wrestling with Xotics. I am Think I Need a Fiji Water. That is
Franchise Jerry.
And we're here to discuss this past week's Friday Night SmackDown that took place on April 7th. To kick off this Friday Night SmackDown, we had the Brawling Brutes. That's with Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge taking on Imperium. And overall, this match didn't do too much for me. I didn't view it as like a wrestling clinic, even though these are all technical wrestlers. But I felt like this match was just someone needed momentum here, and by that being Sheamus, and he ended up getting the pinfall victory over not Gunther, of course. It was Leonardo da Vinci, right?
Yeah.
And he ended up hitting him with white noise and then the bro kick. That was just whatever. I felt like this match was just for Sheamus because Gunther had all the momentum. He dominated both him and Drew. Drew's nowhere to be found. He's not going to be featured on this episode of SmackDown. I felt like Sheamus needed this match more than anybody else in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was a decent match. I didn't take a lot from it. I didn't really understand the point of it. I'd rather have just seen a one-on-one between Gunther and Sheamus. The first segment of the night, we have Paul Heyman being asked about Brock Lesnar's actions against Cody Rhodes last week on Raw. For you guys that don't know, Brock Lesnar beat the holy crap out of Cody Rhodes. Literally dismantled the man. And I kind of like the way Paul Heyman answered. He pretty much answered the question by ignoring the question and talking about Roman Reigns' 1,000-day reign, which was a good save by him because Roman was already looking at him a little sideways like, did you know Brock was going to even be here? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good save. And what made this segment even better was when Jey Uso came in the frame and Paul is, doing Paul dick riding. And the whole time, Solo is just beaming the fuck out of Jey. Like, I will step on you type shit. So Jey comes in and he's pretty much looking for Jimmy, asking Paul, like, have you seen Jimmy? And he's asking Solo, have you seen Jimmy? And Paul is looking a little uneasy while Solo is just beaming the hell out of Jey. Like, he won't stop
Straight
looking at
face,
Jey.
beaming him.
Yeah, straight face as hell. Paul goes on to then tell him that Jimmy's pretty much just watching from home. And at the same time, we find out that Jimmy will be going against Sami Zayn in tonight's main event, which we'll have more information on later on. But after Jey walked away, Paul basically told Solo, look, if he can't beat Sammy, I want you to go out there and beat him up and Sammy.
And do him the worst is, he said, so I said, if Jay can't solve the Sammy problem, you'll have to solve all the problems. I was like, yeah, that you one of them problems, Jay, for sure. Because the tribal chief is sick of you. The brother does way more in less time and more efficiently than you. And I know he's looking at it as I get just two for the price of one. I could deal with just Solo being my right hand man and all my backup and get rid of the broken down bodied twin and the one that wants to be a main eventer but doesn't have a moveset. So yeah, Solo, you gonna handle them. Don't be little bro no more.
Yeah, and I feel like Jimmy was the easiest one to just already exclude out of the equation because he's just out of shape and he just gets too hyped anytime he hears beer and tacos. Like he's ready to go and hang it up loose.
He said, we got tacos. Tacos, ooh. Tacos and anything alcohol. He's like, yeah, I'm in there. Honestly, seeing this side of Solo is cool though. I feel like this could be what was missing from his character that you were trying to, see more of him.
I don't want to see him turn on his brothers though. Or maybe he's just fronting so that way he can finally turn on Roman.
He could be. We don't know. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I feel like Roman is trying to turn on them before they turn on him.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the same time, he better watch himself because they can also be the reasons why he loses one of those titles or both.
Definitely. Up next on Friday Night SmackDown, we had Ricochet taking on Ivar, with both their tag team partners barred from ringside, so no Braun and no Eric. But Ivar did have Valhalla with him, even though it's kind of redundant because she's the one that usually interferes. But WWE logic, the tag team partners are out of it, so they can't cheat.
Right.
But anyway, this happened to be low-key the best match on the card for this SmackDown. Ricochet, he was getting tossed around, playing to the whole like dead versus Goliath. Ivar being damn near like 350. Ricochet's a smooth 200 pounds, if that. So he's like flying around for the most part, trying to duck and dive. Next thing you know, he's able to hit him with that shooting star press and it's curtains. So I just think Ricochet's trending in the positive direction, but not too sure where he's headed to. I hope to see him go back for some singles gold because I want to see him with the IC title.
Yeah, that was a wrestling classic. And following that, we have Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Shotzi and Natalia. Liv Morgan and Raquel picked up the win, and they will be facing Becky Lynch and Lita for the World Women's Tag Team Championship.
That should be an interesting match. I don't see Liv and Raquel winning. I honestly feel like Raquel is going to turn on Liv at some point very soon because she did get slapped by her. There's no way that this tag team is going to coexist.
I mean, hey, sometimes people just need a little slap so that way, they can get with the program. So maybe they'll just fuck around and beat Becky and Lita. For one, I would like to see that because I'm
Because they
like,
live.
yeah, because they need to break this shit up between Becky and Lita.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it, and I feel like it's kind of holding Becky down because she was so hell bent on competing for world championships, and now she's doing this with Lita,
And
and it's
Lita's
so
moving
random.
so slow, like she's buffering in the ring.
Yeah, she's literally looking like Luca, but in the
Not a,
ring,
but in a poor fashion.
in a
Because
poor fashion.
Luca does that and he's throwing everybody off and he's winning for the
Yeah,
most part. She's doing that and I'm like, you're making it look staged. Get the fuck out the ring.
right.
This is no boo. The following segment showed LA Knight interrupting Xavier Woods and Madcap Moss playing WWE 2K23. This was so funny, like comment because Xavier Woods has that ability to be nerdy, but yet funny, and then LA Knight's just an asshole. Like we said, like he got that 40-year-old dad that's be questioning his son, like his teenager son, like you a virgin still? You better not be. You can't be in this house if you are. That's the type of energy LA Knight had. Like he just say silly, out of pocket shit all the time. So he coming up talking about how did they have a WrestleMania without LA Knight and being in LA. Then Xavier gets upset and he's like, "Why are you always complaining?" And he's just like, I take it out on you in the ring." And it's welcome to that. But the whole time while Knight's cutting this promo, he's dismantling this controller, breaking it apart, and then throws it at Xavier Woods, talking about whose game is it. And I just thought that was hilarious. Xavier looked pissed. Believe it or not, if there was a segment that was supposed to go like that, shit was hilarious nonetheless.
Yeah, with that being said, Xavier Woods will be facing LA Knight next week on SmackDown Live. Up next, Triple H tells everybody about the WWE Draft coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Everybody from all rosters will be eligible for trade. Who are some people that you wanted to see get traded, bro?
Okay, I got like a starting five. I need Seth Rollins. I need the Street Profits. I need Chad Gable to be back on SmackDown. He deserves to be displayed, so this could push him to be on that singles trajectory, and he could realistically beat Gunther because he's a technical wrestler and competing in the Olympics. And it wouldn't look like a knock to Gunther. It'd be like you're elevating Chad finally, and Gunther's onto that World Heavyweight Championship. Um, I would like to see Bobby come back to SmackDown because that's where he started his career in WWE as a whole, and he's finally at that main event level that I've always wanted him to be displayed at. Even like back in '07, they completely discredited him. He only had that one little feud with John Cena. Next thing you know, a couple months he's out the company.
And I can see him beating Gunther.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? More realistic competition for Gunther. And the fifthly, I think Cody should be on SmackDown because that's really like I know Raw's like the prime time and like the flagship show, but Cody's like the not like the kind of future because he's not the now. Clearly, he didn't go over, but you can
No, Austin Theory is the now.
exactly, exactly. My point exactly. Keep the now on fucking Raw. Bring the real prime time talent to SmackDown. Whoa, that's I don't want to. A-Town down. Fuck out of here. Bro, there's no way he don't get jumped in Atlanta. They should just jump. They should see him throw that down and just jump him.
Oh my god!
I bet you he'll never say that shit again.
I'm dead as hell, bro.
He's now. That shit is crazy. Any wrestler that really you feel like you better than him should take that serious offense. This man saying he's the current face of wrestling.
He's got a belt to prove it. I don't know what to say.
All right, yeah, he got me there. He got me there. Yeah, right. He got a win over John, right? So he's that.
Hey, and Seth Rollins and
We
Bobby Lashley.
We watched that with our own eyes.
The almighty Bobby Lashley, though.
That shit was rigged. I watched that with my own eyes. It didn't even look right seeing the ref hit 3. The ref looked forced. He said, I didn't want to hit that. He looked like he wanted to tap John, like, just kick out one time. Hey, just one easy for him like that.
You got your people I don't like, and me vice versa.
He don't even like Austin Theory. That's the crazy part. He think he cool, but you don't like him. He ain't buying
I don't
merch.
like him, though.
He ain't buying merch. He ain't gonna wear no
I might buy an 8-town down shirt. I don't know.
Let's pause. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Taking that ass down. That's what we do to these hoes.
No, he like I
take him 8-town down.
Yeah, he's a known spreader, so he said I like to lay down, put him down 8-town down. That's the spread. That's spread.
Yo! This conversation is over. We're done, boss. Some people that I would like to see get traded is Braun Breaker to SmackDown, Bray Wyatt to Raw, Charlotte to Raw, Dakota Kai to SmackDown, Dominic Mysterio to NXT, and Nikita Lyons to SmackDown.
Following that major announcement by Triple H concerning the WWE Draft, he would announce his favorite people, I should say, in Rhea Ripley, but he didn't announce the Judgment Day at all. I thought that was hilarious. So he only recognizes and respects her. And we can see from this, and you can just tell in general from that picture that's been on Instagram when he was holding her after she won that championship. He's like, we brought you back to prominence. We brought you back from being buried. You got all your momentum back. Finally, they're all behind you. They're buying merch. You are about to be the face of this division. Are you ready? Like, if this is where we're supposed to be, Charlotte fucked that all up, and you're all over the place. And Vince had you doing weird tag teams with Nikki ASH. You're back. Are you ready to take the shit and make me serious with the shit? And you can see that Rhea is welcoming the challenge. And I can't wait to see what she's going to do. But the Judgment Day segment, they would all come out. And it was just so funny because all of them were just being lame as fuck. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I thought this segment was whack as fuck too, bro, because they all just came out talking shit and pretty much making excuses to why they didn't win at WrestleMania. Everyone except Rhea Ripley, for real. And
Facts.
Damian Priest. Damian Priest was just bragging about how he beat up Bad Bunny. And that's not an accomplishment, for real. The one that pissed me off the most, though, was Dom. Because Dom is over here backtracking, talking about how he loves his daddy now. Talking about how he didn't want to hurt his Hefe and all this bullshit. And I'm like, Dom, nobody want to hear that. And ain't nobody ever going to feel sorry for you. And like I've been telling y'all, he's going to have to stop being gothic and he's going to have to be normal one day. That's why I said he should go back to NXT. So that way he has no choice but to be on his own. And he has to really learn how to wrestle and build his own character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would just be best for him in general. But yeah, I was like, this shit is just lame as fuck, bro. Just take your L in peace. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. It's getting to now. I'm interested to see how much longer he's gonna even feud with Ray because your dad can't continue to cover for you in these matches and like get you relevancy because it's Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio's son. You know what I'm saying? That's the selling point. But the match they would have against Ray and Santos Escobar would be kind of cool because they ended up picking up the win. Of course, Damian Priest, like I always say, he's a workhorse of the Judgment Day on the regular episodic programming. He's the one primarily getting the wins, primarily doing the 10 to 15 minute stretches in the matches. And you know what I'm saying? He's the one that's doing it all. He's the one that slick tagged himself in. Santos didn't see South of Heaven choke slam. The rest is history. But I will agree with you. Damien is one of the toughest dudes on the roster. And that's why I can see why I consistently keep saying that Dom is under his wing. That's why they're pairing him up with Dom to be in this tag team match because they already see the Simpson and Dom, but they know that they want to do stuff with Damian, but he doesn't have that star power. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have it. Because think about the names of all the people in the heavyweight division. That's what they would want to have. He couldn't be doing that shit. The Undertaker did all that shit, nigga. What you gonna do? You got colorful extensions too, boy. He gonna be, who you gonna be? Who you gonna be?
Right.
Well, it's just not going down like that. So they just praying and hoping that he got done. Like, okay, you learning from me. You got the skill set. You finally clicked on all cylinders what your dad taught you, and we could put you in that main event level. But you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look at what they got him doing, bro.
Yeah. As far as this match goes, I thought it was cool that they at least got a clean victory over Rey and Santos. You know what I mean? So you
Definitely.
couldn't really hate on it too much. Even though Dom didn't necessarily get the pin, a win is a win. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's so funny how they do that shit, boy. You know they try to
Give him some type
give a
of credit any
credibility.
kind of way. But yeah, man, Damien is one of the toughest motherfuckers I know that got eyeliner and extensions. Like, I'm scared of him.
He grabbing people up.
He be violating people for real, bro. I thought it was funny at the end of the match. He was threatening the whole LWO. He was like, "Come on, I'll take all of you. All of you can get it." That's what he said.
Because he like, you
And I'm
guys
like, "Ooh, wee, with your extensions and your eyeliner, you look scary talking about
menacing. He
that."
look menacing.
Right, talking about all of y'all can get it. Oh no, you can keep it.
Don't touch me. Why you playing like that?
Right. All right, before our main event, we got Sami basically trying to track down Jay, and once he finds him, he's trying to convince him to quit the bloodline again. I don't understand why Sammy's worried about that right before the match. Like, why are you trying to talk to him? What makes you think that they're about to unbook this main event because y'all about to make up and be friends now? Like, you know what I mean? And before Jay could even respond, KO gets beat the hell up by Solo Sikoa. So there will be nobody to back Sammy up in this match. Sammy should have just been more focused on beating Jay instead of trying to recruit him. Plus, there was no way he was about to ruin this main event. Like I said, it was already booked. I ain't gonna lie though, they had a great match. And I was actually hyped to see Jay get the win. Even though I didn't like the outside interference by Solo, we all know Jay needed that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it was just cool to see a main event Jay Uso live up to that name.
Main event, Jay. So
On top of that, I didn't want to see Solo doing bad. Speaking of do him bad, Sammy was getting done up until Matt Riddle came out of nowhere and surprisingly saved him. This is significant because Solo Sikoa is the one that put Matt Riddle on that injured reserve list.
yes, he did that and that booger sugar boy.
Hell yeah, fucking around with them drugs, fucking around with them tired ass porn stars.
Some stressed out bitches, man. He's just. That's why Dana Wright be dissing you. Because he
Right.
knew you don't have no self control.
Right.
After seeing that segment leading to this match, Jay's basically wisening up that of what Sammy's been telling him. Like, you're gonna get manipulated into the ground till you're nothing, and then he's gonna shoo you aside. Well, he being Roman, of course. And I think that's why Jay stopped Sammy from getting destroyed fully, and then he could kick, and just to save enough time just for somebody to come out. Not necessarily knowing that Riddle would come out, but just anybody that could be Riddle, could have been anybody that would just become clutch for Sammy, just to buy him a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna get the chair. But I still think the Tribal Chief's not gonna be fucking with the fact that he stopped Solo at all.
Yeah.
Because he's like, why? Who are you to call shots?
Yeah, you trying to act like me?
Yeah, I see it going down just like that, bro. Honestly.
Or you think you the tribal chief? You want my spot main event, Jay
Uso.
Uso? I like how they kept calling him that throughout the whole show. Main event, Jay Uso. As soon as his brother gone, you know where this is going.
Tribal Chief about to put him down.
Oh yeah. And then he gonna do this right after.
No cap.
And that's terrible.
And they gonna tell him this is TV.
Right, and it's crazy because the Usos started this. The Usos started this, and Roman just was like, "Yeah, that's my shit now."
Yeah. I'm the one.
They had it right here. The Roman was like, "Yeah."
He he's so funny, bro. Even the shit that he's not doing to be funny. That shit funny, bro. He said that shit from like, y'all niggas not really with it.
Right. Give me a. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Stole that whole gimmick. Overall, SmackDown was cool, but it wasn't really all that to me. I'm ready to see them shake shit up a bit with this draft. I love it when they say that. I love when Mr. McMahon used to come out and be like, it's time to shake shit up a bit. He didn't say shit, but y'all know what the fuck going on. And I also hope that they split up the unified belts. It's time to break them belts up and give everybody else another opportunity to get a crack at them belts. Because, like Kurt Angle said, yeah, this Roman Reigns reign is a bit long. And I am getting tired of watching it at this point. I've been saying Roman need to drop the belt, but I understand that he has to hit that 1,000-day mark. And I feel like after that 1,000-day mark, it'll be curtains for Mr. Roman Reigns.
Definitely, I can see it going that way. He'll take a nice little hiatus, But
it'll be like at a random number too, like at 1,023 or 1,034.
Yeah,
1,045. I don't see him going past 1,050.
That'd be crazy if he did, though.
Yeah, if he did, I would just be like, bro, this is some bullshit. And y'all are really reaching. Because that would mean they'd have to probably hold Cody again. Matt Riddle, another Brock Lesnar hoeing at some point. Seth.
I feel like they remember the time when they could have got over on him, but they can't now. So it's just the funniest shit.
It's funny, bro. For him to actually pass Bruno Sammartino's actual reign, he'd have to hold the belt all the way until June of 2028.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah, man. Overall, this SmackDown, it was kind of mid, but it was pretty cool just for the little announcement by Triple H, though. That's something to look forward to. They didn't give a specific time, a specific date, but they said a couple weeks. So that's something to keep the mystery going. But I see them doing it before we really get into summer. Said it like that's when they want to build all the new stars for the summer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially how they're gonna have Money in the Bank in England this year. It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, and I can see the Street Profits and Cody Rhodes going to SmackDown because they've been wrestling on SmackDown a lot lately.
And that would be pretty cool, like just to see. I feel like the Street Profits, they do well on Monday Night Raw, and that's the flagship show. But really, they deserve to be on the bigger stage, which is the Fox Network, and it's on Friday Night SmackDown. I can see them doing more commercials on SmackDown. On Friday nights, and that would be more entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
Versus, as well as Cody Rhodes, I feel like the SmackDown roster is just better for him, bro. It's just overall better.
It's got a different energy. It kind of matches his hero aura.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like when Cody started to take off was when he transitioned to SmackDown,
and
that was around 2010, and that's even when he was dashing Cody Rhodes or when he went to disfigure Cody Rhodes, because disfigure Cody Rhodes beat Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. We appreciate you guys for tuning in with us again. This has been another episode of Wrestling with Xotics. That is WWS. I think I need to feed you water. That is
Franchise Jerry. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share the shit with the world, y'all.
And make sure you guys also turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. And please leave some comments at the bottom so we know how you feel about the show, what you think about these wrestlers, what you think about what's going on in wrestling in general. Holla at your boys, man. Peace.